If you want to see an increase in earnings and commissions, then this is the video for you. And I'm going to explain why in a very simple and easy way to understand, and show you how your competition is using a very simple and easy strategy, a secret strategy to make money in real estate, despite the current high interest rates affecting mortgage applications and even higher home prices that are scaring off buyers, and the less than qualified reduction dwindling down, this smaller pool of qualified buyers, creating gun-shy sellers in the housing market. And did I mention how inventory is on the rise pretty much across every market? Think about it. An increase in inventory seems like a great opportunity, right? More options available to show potential buyers. But it's really not working out that way, is it? Or at least not in a meaningful way that is producing a considerable increase in growth in your income. And affordable housing, pretty much for the most part, is the only game left in town, but that's slowly dying and is extremely volatile and unsustainable. Affordable is a relative term. Therefore, if affordable, theoretically, falls into the category of a home priced in between $350,000 to $500K, great. However, if the lowest price home available in your market as a real estate agent is $750,000 or more, well, then that makes it the new affordable, which is anything but. Not to mention, outside of that, commissions are on the chopping block for buyers agents. Yeah, that's going to be a big problem, but let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Give this video a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. And I was actually inspired by my YouTube analytics this morning to bring you guys this video and to have this conversation and discussion and offer up this opportunity, because I was looking at the statistics, the data, the analytics of a video, or two videos, actually three videos now I think about it, that I uploaded yesterday. Two on this channel, one on another. And what YouTube showed me was a screen that said people who regularly watch your channel are showing less interest in watching this video. And it really made me think, and it put things into perspective. It also said that compared to previous videos on your channel, regular viewers of your channel are choosing to watch this video less often, and they aren't watching as long. As I'm reading this, it's talking to me. And I'm reading it from the perspective of real estate agents, realtors, buyers agents, sellers agents, mortgage brokers, appraisers, inspectors, everyone tied to the housing market, which is ultimately seeing a decline. Now, depending on who you watch and who you listen to, it's a colossal crisis. It's a collapse. The crash is coming, this, that, and the other. Look, it is what it is. You wouldn't be watching this video if everything was sunshine and rainbows and you were making a killing in real estate, unless you just wanted to add more fuel to the fire. But odds are you're probably watching this because maybe one of two reasons, maybe three. One being, you just like my channel and you'll watch any video I post and publish. And I appreciate that. Thank you. The next being, maybe this is the first time you've come across my channel, but the title or thumbnail intrigued you, or perhaps you were looking to see something very bad and negative. And YouTube they do a really good job of promoting that type of content. And the third reason would be that you're actually interested in learning how to make more money in real estate despite all other factors, because you know how much you make. You know what's in your bank account. You know what your commissions look like. You know what your expenses and your costs are. You know what, your budget looks like. And despite what people may say or what headlines may read, you know the truth. And the truth is that something's got to give. There has to be a change, and that change has to start with you, because you are not going to effectively have any meaningful impact on changing the entire real estate market. You can't adjust interest rates. You can't change people's income. You can't alter their debt to income ratio. You can't do any of these things that would have a meaningful impact, besides perhaps maybe convincing a seller, if you happen to catch a seller and get a listing from them, to lower their price to attract more buyers, maybe. But even still, doing that lowers your commission net. There are some striking similarities between YouTube, the audience in YouTube, and real estate. Click-through rate and view duration may influence how widely a video is recommended on YouTube Home or up next, okay? Lower click-through rate from regular channel viewers. Regular viewers of your channel chose to watch this video 6% of the time it was shown to them instead of the usual 6.9% or 7.9%. On average, regular viewers of your channel watch for 5 minutes and 17 seconds, and that's 3 seconds less than usual, even though this video is the same length or longer than previous videos. Now, actually, I have these notes taken on my Google Docs here, but I want to go in here. I'm just going to take some screenshots so that I can share these with you before the numbers change and make sure that they're still accurate when I show them to you. This way I can show you guys just how these correlate and relate to each other. There we go. And it says, lastly, consider whether there was something different about the topic or format of this video that could have affected how it connects with viewers. All right, now let's start at the top. People who regularly watch your channel are showing less interest in watching this video. And that's for good reason, because the video itself was considerably different than the videos created in the past. This video and the video before it and video that I uploaded on the other channel were specifically created for a certain viewer. And that viewer doesn't exist in mass in regard to analytics and subscriber counts of this channel or of viewers of channels similar to mine, or at least how YouTube would classify or categorize or what box they would place me in based on channel niche. But this was intentional because I no longer wanted or was looking to attract the viewership of the audience that YouTube considers to be the people who regularly watch your channel. I am happy that they're showing less interest in viewing and watching this video because that was the goal. And it's for good reason. Because much like tire kickers and some of the leads that are generated of potential would-be buyers that are not pre-qualified, not vetted, they can be a real estate agent's worst nightmare. They can cost you money. They will waste your time. And therefore, you should steer clear of them. You should avoid them like grim death. Compared to previous videos on your channel, regular viewers of your channel are choosing to watch this video less often and aren't watching as long. It's a different market. It's a different clientele. It's a different conversation. It's a different mindset. It's a different income bracket. Everything is different. Everything is different, and it's for good reason. Click-through rate and view duration may influence how widely a video is recommended on YouTube Home or up next. That is a lie. Click-through rate and view duration may influence how widely a video is recommended on YouTube Home or up next, and that is an absolute lie. I've been using YouTube for a very long time as a content creator, as a YouTuber, as an influencer, and I have endless amounts of data to prove that this is a lie. This would be no different than saying today, in today's market, current conditions, current situation, that the listing price and the main photo on your MLS listing may influence how many offers your listing will get, your home will get, and how quickly it will sell. Because it's not true. Because there are a variety of other factors involved here that you do not control, nor does the MLS, or in this instance, the algorithm. But that's the weird part about the algorithm is supposed to be what interests the audience and the people. But obviously, this is of very little to low or no interest of the people, is what they're saying. Or at least the masses, which the masses aren't going to pay you right now. As a real estate agent, you need the well-qualified. You need the cash buyers. You need folks who are in a position to take action, in addition to others who are willing to sell, and new construction who's willing to wheel and deal, and so on and so forth. I have videos, I have channels, I have data that I can share and show you of videos with 1% click-through rate, channels with no subscribers, 1% click-through rate, and videos getting tons of impressions and lots of views. Why? Because YouTube chose to send that video out. The audience chose to accept the video for what it was, although YouTube decided to send it to a very, very large and broad, or quite possibly the wrong audience first, that produced the lower click-through rate, but still kept pushing it. And as a real estate agent, you know, it's not really how many offers you get. All that matters is you get the right offer. That's it. especially if you're a selling agent. If you're a selling agent and every offer, you get 100 offers on your listing and they're all, 50% of your asking price, what good are those offers? I mean, granted, they're a starting point for negotiation, but what you really want is the offer that comes in at full ask or perhaps maybe above. That's the only one that really matters. Lower click-through rate from regular channel viewers, and regular viewers of your channel chose to watch this video 6% of the time it was shown to them instead of the usual 6.9 or 7.9%, which I got to tell you guys, this isn't like mortgage rates. A 0.9 to a 1.9% swing in click-through rate is minuscule. It's insignificant. Granted, a 0.9 or 1.9 swing in mortgage interest rates would be huge, which we have seen here recently, just over the last few days. But when it comes to YouTube, it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you, oh, you need to get your click-through rate up. Because I've had instances where I have click-through rates of 30, 35, 40%. And YouTube decided that the audience interested in that content was going to be relatively small. And the views result, like the end result in views were low view counts. These are all vanity metrics, folks. They mean nothing. The only thing that matters is how much money you make. That's it. That's literally it. And I can tell you this. Lower click-through rates produce lower earnings, promise you. On average, regular viewers of your channel watched for 5 minutes and 17 seconds, and that's 3 seconds less than usual, even though this video is the same length or longer than previous videos. 3 seconds less. Are we really using this to gauge? Granted, I have instances of videos where audience is watching for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe even 20 minutes, which is considerably longer than normal. Does it change the performance of the video? No. Not really. The whole point of this is that there are only certain things that you can control. And in essence, all we can really control is what we do, how we go about creating, how we go to market, how we gain attention and attract an audience of potential customers, buyers, viewers, subscribers, whatever you want to call it, however you want to describe it, categorize it, classify it. How are you going to gain? How are you going to extract and convert on a sale, whether it be through them or a third party? At the end of the day, you have to find ways, you have to produce ways, you have to make actionable steps towards producing revenue and income and profit. YouTube is no different. Consider whether there was something different about the topic or format of this video that could have affected how it connects with viewers. This is a fun one because there are channels out there and there are real estate agents out there that follow a standard protocol, a specific standard operating procedure. They're routine, they're high and tight, like it's to a T, basically. And then if you were to compare the performance of each video, you would think that, okay, each video would be consistent, but it's not. Some perform better than others, some perform worse than others. So in considering what was different, well, it's a great consideration, but it has really no impact and no bearing on today, because today is different than yesterday and tomorrow will be different than today, and so on and so forth. But there is one great equalizer, and that is search. And I believe, especially after listening to and really focusing on this and paying attention to it and seeing it work for others, for instance, Charlie Chang, it's way more valuable than regular channel views. It is. Think about it. Would you much rather have an open house where it's a Saturday or perhaps a Sunday like today, and it is warming up now, and there's some folks out there that just kind of gallivanting around and have really nothing to do, but they see an open house sign and some balloons or whatever, they go check it out. They just so happen to live in the neighborhood. They're not considering buying, they're not considering selling, they're just kind of killing time. They are of no value. Now granted, maybe there's some value. Maybe they can be a advocate, they can market for you, they can be word of mouth, they can perhaps maybe through some 6 degrees of separation drive a sale your way or a potential client, but odds are slim to none. There will be no return on that investment. Open houses are a complete and utter waste of time for the most part. Whereas if you didn't have an open house and someone searched specifically for this home in this area with these bedrooms and these bathrooms and these amenities and every other feature and the price and the school zone and school district and everything that met their criteria and checked every box, well, guess what? They're going to submit an offer. They're going to be a serious potential buyer. Search is more valuable. Now, the crazy part about YouTube is that YouTube has gone through great lengths to prevent viewers from robbing them of their revenue and trying to disable ad blockers or limit and throttle performance for those using ad blockers. And it's funny because the whole purpose behind ad blockers were to skip advertisements. Yet what most people fail to realize is that almost every YouTube video is just that, an ad. It just doesn't interrupt the video with an ad from a company or a brand that wasn't the content creator. YouTubers are creating content for the sole purpose to run ads that viewers can't block because they're baked into the video. Even from the standpoint of a integrated video promotion, paid promotion, the concept of the video and idea is typically based on the product or the service or whatever widget, call to action you're trying to sell or convert on. That's it. At least that's how the good ones are. Some of the other ones, they aren't. They'll just cut the video in the middle, they'll throw an ad in there, and they'll come back. Guess what? You can't skip it. I mean, you could try to fast forward it, but there's no ad blocker for it. It's built into the video. YouTube is a marketing tool, bar none, plain and simple. But what's most important is deciding on how you're going to use this tool and to whom you are going to advertise to, which then brings me to the question of, how does this benefit real estate professionals? Well, as a real estate professional, real estate agent, licensed agent, you have your regular clients, you have your buyers, your sellers, your investors, your flippers, etc. But I would be willing to bet that if you're still watching to this point, it's probably because your regular clients and your buyers and your sellers and your investors and your flippers, etc., they aren't producing adequate income like they have been in the past. Right? So why would you keep trying to work with them? Why would you keep wasting your time showing them properties and sending them email blasts and inviting them to events and holding open houses and all these other things when it's really costing you more money than you're making? Which brings me back to the first talking point of what YouTube shared with me, which was people who regularly watch your channel are showing less interest in watching this video. As a real estate agent, people who regularly bring you business and close on contracts and allow you to earn commission are showing less interest in your listings, in showings, in real estate, in the housing market, in any way, shape, or form. Even if it's in refinance or mortgage applications for pre-qualification, even if it's inspections and appraisers, or even if it's real estate photography, they're showing less interest. They're showing less interest. So why would you keep trying to focus on them when, even though they're the majority, they are producing the minority in regard to your earnings and income? So maybe you flip it around. Put out a video that underperforms in the eyes of the platform and the analytics, but actually connects you with the clientele and the audience and the target market that's going to provide you with the greatest return on your investment. The ones who are actually searching for these answers, these solutions to the questions and problems that they have day in and day out. It's all about ROI. And in my opinion, the juice isn't worth the squeeze by trying to attract the audience of the masses who inevitably pay you less overall, provide very little opportunity for advertising, and will not convert, whether it's YouTube or real estate. So what I've done is I've begun working on a simplified process and building out courses, full courses, mastermind, workshops, coaching, training, consulting, and more with other real estate professionals, with other content creators, with other big YouTube channels, with other influencers and personalities, other folks out there who have already capitalized and executed on these strategies that win, and quite possibly a less than traditional and, I guess, a more unique approach. Because the problem with trends and vanity metrics is that they become targets, okay? And as they become targets, then they want to be copied. And then as they get copied, then they get overdone, they get saturated, and they become less effective. So more than likely, the folks who are executing on this strategy to the T, you will never see. You will never notice them because they don't stand out, because they're getting larger pieces of the pie versus trying to collect up all the crumbs. So if you're still watching this video, if any of this makes sense to you. If you're interested, then opt in by clicking the link down below in the description, or you can text the number 850-979-4829. The reason why I'm giving you a phone number is because maybe you're watching this or listening to this and you don't have the ability to click, whether it's on TV or podcast or whatever. So if you want to text and that would be easier for you, or you can get to it, or you'll remember later, then I've offered you the phone number of 850-979-4829. And I will say that there will be limited spaces available, but also, first and foremost, putting it out there, the target market for these tools is very, very small, in my opinion, as far as me connecting and talking to you. And I will say that there aren't many people who possess the drive and determination to take action, follow through, let alone achieve success. So there's my disclaimer. Full disclosure, being upfront and honest with you, telling you that my whole purpose and goal here is to make money while helping you make money. And as that continues to, one hand wash the other, it's an unbelievably amazing and extremely sustainable and profitable business strategy, okay? And far better than just the vanity metrics of getting viral views or having a huge audience that ultimately, at the end of the day, produces less in return and doesn't allow you the ability to create and generate passive income streams to the point of which you don't really need to do it anymore. It does it on its own. You can choose whether or not you want to go to work that day. You can choose whether or not you want to take an appointment, or if you want to drive someone, escort and chauffeur someone around for a showing. The choice is yours. If you're tired of not making money and grinding hard at barely getting by and want to know how everyone else figured out how to do it, then this is exactly what you've been waiting for. Your search is over. Give this video a thumbs up if you made it this far. Subscribe to the channel. It really helps out a lot. Opt in by clicking on the link down below in the description, or text the number below, 850-979-4829. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.